Okay, let's talk about it. Because it's a couple of things. These tie together. These tie together. I just hit record.
Uh-huh.
We have been wanting to do an episode together.
You right, you
Now's the
right.
time. Hi, Ashley.
Hey, babe, how you doing?
I'm alive.
I too breathe air.
Hmm. Um, I was just watching a video about the pivot and them talking about Russell Wilson,
Mm.
and then you brought up a video
Mhm.
where a young lady was
She was at church.
she was at church, got admonished for the energy behind her hug.
On the pastor's wife.
The pastors. Oh,
She
she might be a co-pastor
she
because
might
they
be
were
the
both in the
co-pastor.
pulpit
That's true.
on the second part of the clip, and she basically blasted the young lady for not having the same
Energy of
energy.
She said God told her to come to
That
her,
was strike one. Yep.
and she just had to get this out of the air. She said that the young lady didn't hug her the same as she had in the past. And so she was basically like dismissing her from her job as the choir director, and basically told her to leave.
Yep. This was in the midst of the congregation, and I'm assuming this was like a live stream. And when this occurred, and one of the things that caught me that she said was, "I can't do fake."
That's exactly what she said.
We're gonna pivot back to the Russell Wilson conversation in just a second,
Okay.
because again, I say these tie together for me. What were your thoughts on the pastor or pastor's wife doing that?
So, don't know these people, don't know this church.
Nope.
But it's clear to me that whatever's happened has been happening.
Yes.
Whatever energy.
This
that
doesn't look like the
has-
first instance.
Yeah, this is definitely not the first time that this kind of like instance has happened. But I would say that the way that the young lady handled herself after she was spoken to like that leads me to believe that she wasn't the one in the wrong.
Why do you say that?
She during and after the pastor was speaking to her in that way, she first of all looked shocked, like surprised that this was occurring. And then after she was told to leave, she didn't fuss, she didn't like push back. She hugged her fellow choir members, gave them some affirmations. I could tell they seemed to be kind of distraught about it too, and she quietly left the room. And they moved on, like, well, they didn't move on like that, like it didn't happen, because immediately afterwards she kept talking about it.
Yep, she went on about it.
And then after she got done talking about it, her husband came up and he started
Quoting
like
scripture.
reinforcing what his wife had done, basically supporting. And it felt like to me, even within the congregation, that everybody was not on board with that action, because the room didn't sound like this young lady was a problem, really. There's a particular energy you feel at a church when everybody's in accordance about something, and I don't think I felt that particular energy when this went down.
Agreed. One of the things I can't stand that happens in the black church a lot, and in the white churches too, but I've only experienced black churches, so I'm only going to speak to my demographic, is that the need to make a spectacle. I've been at churches where words were exchanged in private. I feel like the pulpit is not the place for that. You can have a message about the importance of character. You could do it classy, but that just felt messy. That I don't get me wrong, Jesus was a table flipper when there was evil about, when there was wrongdoing occurring. This was a situation in which two people apparently had perhaps a long-standing disagreement, and it was brought to the forefront. Now, had I believed this occurred during a workplace meeting, this would be out of line.
For sure.
You would go to HR.
For sure, management.
Why would
have
this
a
be
conversation.
acceptable in the church?
It shouldn't be.
And for a man to come behind his wife and also follow suit shows me how weak of a man you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't give a damn who you are. There's a certain code, and this goes to that statement where we had a debate in the kickback. It was me, K. Marie, and Ani Baraka. We were talking about the statement that only a man can teach a man how to be a man. And it was a full debate. It was a full debate, and this is where that comes from. And I firmly believe that only a woman could teach a woman how to be a woman. I don't think that we should be intersecting within each other's social dynamics personally.
Okay.
I don't think a man should step in between a woman's argument or a debate about something you guys have on. I firmly believe that it is something you should sort out together. And if you can't sort it out, you part ways, you leave it be. I don't think someone should jump in unless it's like danger or a detriment to a person's character, or
if you need to physically
or physical,
protect
you
your
know,
person.
something like that. When it's something that doesn't harm you, there's no reason to put it on a grand stage. This is the same thing as being Facebook messy. Can you imagine coming to a church as a visitor and that is your first experience at the church?
Would never go back.
At all.
Simply would not go back. And the way that he and she, but mostly him, the way that they spoke to the congregation afterwards felt very manipulative.
Yeah.
It felt very toxic. It felt like this just the nature of that church. And I can't tell nobody how to worship, but I can say that I don't think that pastor and his wife, those pastors, are looking out for the souls of that congregation anymore.
Not at all, because you just showed them that if I have a verse to back up that I can manipulate or cater to my message, that justifies me doing things in public. And rebuking is not the same as having a conversation. You can, and I don't even like the word admonish, because that's something you do to someone who's lesser than you, right? Or someone who's under you, under your tutelage.
But clearly,
like it's like a punishment.
Clearly,
that wasn't admonishment. There was no room for correction in that. That was public humiliation.
Agreed.
And that goes into what I feel about black people's need to have power in public display. The abuse of power and abuse overall is always gonna be a thing with us until we can get comfortable calling it out without people getting in their feelings. Like, for instance, I can't go in that church and be like, hey, my boy, no. Like, for all intents and purposes, somebody in that congregation, and I would have supported them, would have been like, excuse me, I came here to praise the Lord and get a message. I don't want to know y'all personal business.
Right.
That has no place here. I even come from a church where if there was an issue, y'all had to resolve that before or after church. Y'all would go there and resolve it. Y'all would leave that out the sanctuary. Because that's creating an aura, a spirit, an environment that's harmful to other people. Because now, whether you realize it or not, the talk of church or after church isn't going to be what you preach. It's going to be about the incident that occurred. So now you've tainted this holy ground. Now you've transgressed.
And that's what upsets me about the pastor, because not only did you support that nonsense that your wife did, but then you didn't make your whole scripture, your whole sermon about that situation. That didn't make any kind of sense to me. And now think about your congregation. People come to their pastors for guidance, for you know, for help, for support, and you know, for endurance and things like that. How could they rightfully trust you with their deepest, darkest, you know, anything at all. If one day on Sunday, if you upset with them, they upset with you, they'll just spill it all to the congregation.
Not only that, let's look at it from this standpoint, right? Let's say you have to give room for grace, right?
Okay.
I don't know what may have been going on with that young lady. I don't know what their pre-relationship was before this. She may have been having a bad day. When I'm having a bad day, the people that love me, they feel it.
That's true.
My hugs may not have the same intensity, or we may not be on the same page, so I may not embrace you with the same full love that I have. I'm not saying that's right, but I'm human. Give me
grace.
Yes, give me space to feel that. Like you're talking about you can't do fake, so you much rather me fake her emotions, rather her fake her emotions and embrace you like everything is good when it's not.
That's what's very confusing. Like, she's
mixed
clearly
signals as hell.
Right. She's clearly feeling what she's feeling. And I want to like circle back to what you were saying about it being more humiliation and not admonishment. What happened on that stage is something that I have seen in many a Black American family amongst Black women. They use the idea of telling other people your business as a way to punish you, quote unquote, when in reality it's just a way to shame you.
That's crazy.
It's just a way to make you feel bad about the choice you made.
It's mean girling.
It's mean girling at a big age.
That's crazy to me.
And this is a very common thing. I don't know if young Black boys have to experience that really, but as young Black girls, we have seen it, we've experienced it, that's some shit that your mama and them might do. She might call up her sister and be like, let me tell you what this done did, blah blah blah, super loud all through the house, walking past you to make sure you hear them talking about your situation. Don't matter what reason you took for that, don't matter how you had to get to that situation, they're upset that you made that choice, and therefore they're gonna shame you for it under the guise of punishment. But in reality, you just want to hurt me. Facts. You don't want to help me. You don't want to make me better. You don't want me to learn from this mistake. You just want me to be upset and harmed.
Yeah.
That's what she did.
She might have felt embarrassed by the hug or felt a way about the hug, so she played a big joker and chose embarrassment. And you got
it's so immature.
I'm a firm believer in what you plant grows and sprouts, and that right there could have lost you a whole generation of churchgoers.
Ain't no could have. This people, it's all over the internet now.
Now your church is infamous.
People are talking about your church near and far. That's
wild. And so what's crazy is we talk about how Christianity gets painted in such a poor portrayal nowadays, and this has been an ongoing thing. This act is nothing new, and now I'm just like, this mean Christian era is like more emboldened now than ever. I feel like, yes, there's atrocities in this world, but because people are Christian, they feel like, with me being Christian and I'm using air quotes, filled with the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, whichever terminology you use, you feel justified in every single act you do because you feel like Christ dwells within you. Which brings me to your question. You was asking if men do something similar to this, like the way we embarrass each other when we feel like they're not falling in line
the way that they want you to. Yeah.
Russell Wilson, let's talk about it.
Oh Lord.
Okay, Russell Wilson being lame, right?
That's what the Miz is saying that.
But if you ask people what does lame mean, you're gonna get a bunch of different answers.
That's true.
Depending on the person. So lame is just not cool, right?
Okay.
Can we agree on that? If
yeah,
there's
not
cool,
a particular type of
and
cool.
then there's not cool, which is AKA lame.
Yeah, the opposite.
So you may ask, what is cool? Cool is the way you dress, the way you act, the way you talk, the way you treat people, the way you're perceived.
And all those things could be a lot of different things.
Exactly. Hence why the field goal in this topic is getting moved everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're not saying what it actually is.
Right.
Niggas are upset because SiRR is happy with the not cool guy. That's what it is. Point blank period. They will find every other way to disparage what it truly is, but they're not justified in it. There's no justice in what they're doing because Russell is just a great guy.
Yeah.
He's just being a family man.
A good human.
A good human. Instead of saying lame, just say Russell is different. That's another term. If we're talking about the way he dressed, if we're talking about the way he do his hair,
That's
if we're
true.
talking about the way he speaks,
Yeah.
he's just different.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Lame see, the connotation with lame is that there's something wrong or something not up to speed or you're below. Like, even when going to high school, there was the cool kids who were like the pinnacle of dope. And then you were lame if you weren't that. So if you're not the pinnacle, you're at the bottom, medium to bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're trying to do here. But they're being forced to reevaluate what they've been taught what cool is. Because the more you get men talking, the more they expose what they really think.
Mm-hmm.
And the angrier they get because they're coming to the realization subconsciously that there's nothing wrong with this person. They're just different than you. And they bagged the person that you always thought was super cool, who just SiRR. Niggas are jealous that they don't have a SiRR.
So you think it's a jealousy thing
Yes.
and not a lame?
Absolutely. And they're offended by everything SiRR does because how dare you choose the common guy, I'm putting, quotations on it, rather than somebody who's like me, who is Future. I am like Future. Future dresses, sounds like me, walks like me, has the pay like me, like drives a car like me, the hip me. So it's the niggas who see themselves as the Future who are upset because, and I don't even like the term baby mama, because the person that they had has moved on to someone that is good for her and they are flourishing. All it is jealousy by proxy. That's all it is. Niggas are jealous and don't know how to emotionally convey it. Because if the issue was really how he dressed, how he talk, how he walk, the things he do, if they're not quote unquote cool or street, you're really saying they're not black. That's what you really want to say. He's just different and they can't digest it. They can't. They can't. They're going to do everything they can to try and reword it. The intellectuals are going to try and reword it. They're just being wrong. Be emotionally intelligent enough to tell the truth that, Russell is doing nothing wrong and you calling him lame is just to try and down a black man that openly does things different than you.
He's just not you.
He's just not you. And he's comfortable in his skin because Russell don't even say anything about it.
I love that about him
He
in
don't
particular.
say shit about it. I think that's the coolest shit in the world.
I do too.
Y'all niggas stay talking about me.
And he never gives
And
you the time
I don't
of
even
day.
address you.
He don't give them the time of day.
Jealous.
Jealousy.
Jealous. That nigga is playing football, getting money, going home to his beautiful wife, his kids, and stepson.
That he don't treat like a stepson.
That has his last name.
That has his last name.
Mm.
And honestly, from the outside looking in, if we did not know who Future was, nobody would know that baby Future wasn't Russell's.
I'm just going, I ain't saying
It looks like he treats all them kids exactly the same.
as you're supposed to.
And
What's
that's
crazy?
what's bothering me the most. Like, if, let's say you and your ex don't work out and she moves on, when you want that man to love your son the way you love your son.
But the thing is, imagine someone loving your son in a way, and this is going to ruffle feathers, that you don't love.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
I think that should be a part 2 conversation. I think that's a part. Imagine getting two. Fuck it. Imagine getting two types of love. Like the one thing about men, right? Growing up, boys growing up, we have different, like, how do I say, different men who influence us, right?
Okay.
We take bits and pieces. Imagine getting the street from here, right? From this dad.
Right.
Future might be a great dad with his kid. I'm not saying he's not. He might actually be a great dad with his kid. But also,
Shit on my mouse.
Hmm?
I had to, you know.
Oh, yeah. Also, think about getting the other side. Imagine having DMX on this side, right, as a dad. But also having Cliff Huxtable on this side. Or Uncle Phil on this side.
Hey.
Uncle Phil was lame.
Oh, I didn't even think about it like that.
Mr. Huxtable was lame. Carl Winslow was lame.
Carl was a good dad.
You see what I'm saying?
Carl was a good dad.
You see how fucked
Uncle
up it
Phil
is?
was a great dad.
Uncle Phil was a great dad, but he was a lame.
But
he didn't dress street. He provided. He loved his kids
and his upper
and his nephew like his own son.
And his nephew like his own
Even
son.
called him son.
On multiple occasions.
You want to know what's crazy? Niggas watched that episode with Will meeting his dad. And give that episode reverence. But see this? Oh no, I know.
That's
no,
wild,
no,
actually.
I ain't no way in hell. That nigga lame. Nah, he lame and for talking about he love his wife. Nah, Sierra out of pocket for being happy with that nigga. Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
Get your life together.
That's wild.
All
that you
the
say
examples are out there of great men, and which is why I hate Tyler Perry to a T, because getting a good father figure is just so hard out of him. For him to have so many watching him. But anyway.
To get a positive
black
representation, period, out of Tyler Perry.
Oh my God.
You might as well paint that shit up flat screen.
But people go to him in space. And don't get me twisted. I
understand. Has his demographic.
Yeah, and he's playing to it. And I just wish everybody knew he was playing to it. But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone. Which also goes back to the church. But anyway.
You might be in a Tyler Perry movie soon.
But anyway. The problem is we glorify the fictional characters, but when the real Uncle Phils are here,
yes,
that's where we at.
But I'm sure Uncle Phil, we didn't see it in the Fresh Prince, of course, but we also never saw Uncle Phil have friendships in that show. So maybe that's a reason. Maybe he also wasn't accepted by a lot of people.
He what? Do you remember? Do you remember when there was an episode of Fresh Prince where they went to their old house in the hood? And then they were having memories and things. Think about that. Uncle Phil came from the streets.
Yep.
Became a lawyer, became a judge, took his family out the hood and gave them better education, to put his kids in private schools. Right?
He eventually became a mayor, didn't it? Or was it a governor?
He ran for it. I don't think he won. But the problem is, we're so not, we think that's so fictional and so not common that we accept the rebooted version of Uncle Phil more than we accept the other version of Uncle Phil.
Oh.
The rebooted version who's a little dabbled in crime, got a little hitter. You know what I'm saying? It's so much, we glorify the streets so much.
Way too much. In my personal
that
opinion.
We had to take Uncle Phil and do that to him.
And I also think that probably is one of the other reasons why people just don't care for Russell. He doesn't exhibit any of those things.
What's crazy is all he does is just exist in his own bubble. You know?
Yeah.
And for all the people that's saying, well, you don't know what he does in Future, you don't know what he's doing with Sierra, how they talk about him, and you don't either. But you drawing conclusions. All we see is a black man being quiet and just being loving over there. But because you don't like the way another nigga dress, you want to act like this.
You can't fix my car.
Nigga. I finally pinpointed that voice actor. He's a really good comedian. He's funny as shit. Yeah.
But I also, I don't know why people are so upset. When I think about it now, Baby Future is 11 years old, right? Russell has been with Sierra 10 years.
That's a long time. That's a good marriage. Boy.
He has been in that baby's life since he was 9 months old. Baby Future don't know. Like, he's known that man to be his dad his whole entire life. I feel like, as regards to the name change, we don't know for sure, but maybe baby Future wanted this.
Well, I'm right, and again, I don't know.
We don't know for sure.
The other thing, and I told you this, the only thing about Sierra doing it, which we don't know, can't confirm left or right, is that I always think it should be the child's decision.
I agree 100%.
I think
without question, and I think people are villainizing her a little too much. I don't think she's ever given me the vindictive baby mom who's just trying to hurt you.
But what's crazy to me, like, but you go on Facebook, and that's my problem with all of this. People just want drama. But you go on Facebook, and you could just find people dissing their baby daddy
on a regular.
And people will highlight that and think it's great. Like, go ahead, fuck that nigga. You don't need that nigga. But this instant is a problem.
And to be honest, she was nice to give him the last name in the first place. I do not have my dad's last name.
I don't either.
And a lot of people don't. Like, she was gracious to begin with.
So I don't know. I just think people need to kind of step outside their own experiences, stop projecting.
Yeah, I also think that when you think about it on the echelon of who these people are, like social economic wise, I think Russell's last name probably carry a little more weight. Like on a social scale, like we're all Russells. We all Russell Wilsons. Like, we're all Wilsons. Like, we're all blah, blah, blah. Like, I come from this family. Like, this is my... You know what I'm saying? Being a Rockefeller is one thing.
And I think Joe Budden said that his name is hyphenated. So the name is still there.
Yeah, he still got his dad's name. It's just whatever Future last name is, hyphen Wilson.
Jesus
you know?
Christ.
And he still got his dad first. Like, Future is his name.
It's just a culmination of his situation. It's a blended family.
Yeah.
So it's a blended family name on that boy. People doing too much.
I don't know, bro. I think that they're doing a good job. Like, honestly, overall, I'm just happy that baby Future is happy in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are a lot of kids out here with step parents who straight up hate them for existing. And we're lucky that
biological parents who hate them for existing.
Exactly. We're in a situation where he's in a situation where his stepfather adores him, puts effort into him, time, money. Like, he takes that baby everywhere he go. Like, I be seeing Russell with that boy all over the place. He spent more time with baby Future than his own young son. Like, come on, bro. Like, at least in public eye. In the public eye.
Yeah, you gotta put that.
You know what I'm saying? In the public eye. That baby is still young, by the way. But yeah, I just feel like y'all are concerned about the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. It could be way worse. What I think is funny though, side note, Cardi B, right? Listen, her and Offset broke up. They're getting a divorce, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she now is dating basketball player, football player?
Basketball.
I don't see nobody slandering him the same way, which leads me to believe what you're saying is correct.
Yeah.
It's not even about him being lame. It's about him not being someone that is like them.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cardi is having the same situation. She got 4 kids by Offset alone.
Mm-hmm.
And people are assuming that she's now pregnant again, and they think that baby is this new guy's baby.
Her business.
And that's her business. But they're not coming after him, calling him lame, calling him all types of names. And him and Russell are equally as wealthy. They both are rich as fuck. So, like, there's nothing for them to, like, delineate there on that front. So, like, it ain't the money. They're both famous. They're both black men.
They're somebody's different.
They both are in relationships with somebody else's famous baby dad, like baby mom. So, like, what's the difference? Let me know what the difference is. What the difference is. Anyway, I'm happy for baby Future.
Yeah, good for them.
He got a good dad in his life, and that's all that matters.
Good for all them involved. Shout out to that lady who left without incident. Good for you, lady.
Yes, I think her name is Mahogany.
Shout out Mahogany.
Shout out to Mahogany. Hey, don't ever go back. They don't deserve you.
Go to therapy, express those thoughts, and then let God lead you to the correct house.
Exactly.
So, that's it. Bye.
Peace.